enter into a terminal count poll conducted by the launch conductor, where the launch conductor will poll each engineer and verify that their systems are in fact ready with a simple go, and that indicates that the launch is ready and Delta is ready to fly.
And we're just about 18 seconds away from that poll. Live on your screen, you can see the Delta IV Heavy rocket with the additional third stage at Space Launch Complex 37 on Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, and we'll listen in to this poll in about 5 seconds.
Status check to proceed with terminal count. First stage systems, propulsion.
Go.
Hydraulics.
Go.
Locks.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
Second stage systems, locks.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
Third stage systems, third stage vehicle manager. Go. Electrical systems, airborne.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
Com.
Go.
GCQ.
Go.
Operations support.
Go.
Pneumatics.
Go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
HASGAS.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Red line monitor.
Go.
Quality.
Go.
Op safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
Go.
Range coordinator.
Clear to proceed.
Launch director.
You have permission to launch.
Proceeding with the count. MEQ, established swing arm lock pins pulled.
Active.
And we just heard the poll with all stations reporting that they're go for launch. Alyssa, we're entering the final few minutes of the count here, about 5 minutes and 45 seconds before we launch. And can you tell me what it means to United Launch Alliance to be able to launch the Parker Solar Probe mission?
Yeah, ULA is always excited about doing interplanetary missions. The chance to get to explore the solar system is something that we look forward to and are happy to be a part of. This mission means a lot to us. It is a Delta Heavy, so Delta Heavy gets to show off its performance and get Parker Solar Probe exactly where it needs to go, which is the only rocket currently that can do that. So we're excited to be a part of that. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being with us, and enjoy the launch today.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
L minus 5 minutes.
OVM, transfer third stage to internal power.
Roger.
All steps are complete prior to terminal count.
And we have about 30 seconds remaining in our hold in the T minus clock. After that, the L minus and the T minus clocks will be synced up. You're looking at a live shot of the Delta IV Heavy rocket poised for liftoff from Space Launch Complex 37 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. And we'll pick up the count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
T minus 4 minutes and counting. Minus 355.
Ground pyros enabled.
And once again,
325.
we're about 3 minutes and 20 seconds before liftoff. And Mick, can you tell me what we have left to go in the next 3 minutes?
Yeah, the teams are securing LOX and LH2, liquid hydrogen tanking there. They'll be finishing that up, getting ready to go internal. You'll hear a call for spacecraft power to internal. They'll be arming their flight termination systems and getting ready for launch, and then bringing the Delta IV Heavy launch vehicle onto internal power to prepare for the final terminal count.
Minus 249.
And we are coming up very shortly on the verification of the spacecraft being on internal.
CBC locks at flight pressure and flight level.
Minus 230.
NSC, verify spacecraft on internal power.
Verified.
And we are at T minus 2 minutes, 5 seconds, and counting. After liftoff, we'll be listening to the voice of United Launch Alliance, Patrick Moore, providing ascent commentary.
155.
Launch sequencer start.
Minus 140.
SCS launch enable.
137.
CBC LH2 at flight pressure and flight level.
FTS armed.
Minus 120.
LCU arm.
FCS count started.
T minus 1 minute.
Engine start box go.
Rock, report range status.
Range grade.
50.
LCOVM. Third
Go,
stage
VM.
is go for launch.
Roger.
Range grid. Second stage LH2 secure at flight level.
40. Minus 30.
Status check.
Go Delta.
Go PSP.
Minus 15.
Profi ignition.
10. 9.
Nine,
Scissor start.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff of the mighty Delta IV Heavy rocket with NASA's Parker Solar Probe, a daring mission to shed light on the mysteries of our closest star, the Sun.
3R68 look good in the full thrust mode. Five seconds into flight. Chamber pressures continue to look good on all three boosters. Now 35 seconds in. Chamber pressure on the core booster is throttling down to the partial thrust mode. Response looks good. Now 50 seconds into flight. Strap-on boosters look good in the full thrust mode. Core booster looks good in the partial thrust mode. Now 1 minute into flight. Vehicle trajectory looking good right down the middle of the range track. 1 minute, 10 seconds into flight. Coming up on 1 minute, 19 seconds into flight, max Q, maximum dynamic pressure, and Mach 1, Delta IV is now supersonic. One minute, 30 seconds into flight. Port and starboard booster engines continue to look good in the full thrust mode. Core booster looks good in the partial thrust mode. One minute, 45 seconds into flight. Trajectory continuing to look good right down the middle of the range track. ACS press valve has been opened. ACS pressure response looks good. Two minutes, 10 seconds in. Strap-on boosters continue to look good in the full thrust mode. Core booster looks good in the partial thrust mode. And Delta 4 has gone to closed loop guidance. Two minutes, 30 seconds into flight. And at 2 minutes, 39 seconds into flight, the Delta IV rocket now weighs just 1/2 of what it did at launch, burning propellant at a rate of almost 5,000 pounds per second. And launch vehicle is now 33 miles in altitude, 49 miles downrange distance, traveling at 4,500 miles per hour. 3 minutes into flight. Our 68A engines in the port and starboard boosters continue to look good in the full thrust mode. Core booster looks good in the partial thrust mode. 3 minutes, 15 seconds into flight. Trajectory continuing to look good down the middle of the range track. Approximately 2 minutes remaining in the boost phase of flight. Chamber pressure is continuing to look good on all three boosters. Port and starboard booster in the full thrust mode, core booster continuing in the partial thrust mode. And standing by for a strap-on booster throttle down momentarily. Port and starboard boosters have begun to throttle down. And we have jettison of both strap-on boosters. Core booster is throttled back up to full thrust. Response looks good. Four minutes, 25 seconds into flight. Upper stage lock system has begun boost phase chill down sequence. And 1 minute remaining in boost phase of flight. And upper stage fuel system has begun boost phase chill down. Five minutes into flight. Just over 30 seconds now remaining in first stage phase of flight. Core booster engine continues to look good in the full thrust mode. Vehicle trajectory continuing down the middle of the range track. 5 minutes, 20 seconds into flight. And standing by for core booster throttle down momentarily. Core booster has begun to throttle down. Standing by for BECO. And we have BECO booster engine cutoff, standing by for stage sep. And we have good indication of stage separation. NED is deploying. We have pre-start on the RL-10. And we have ignition on the RL-10 engine. Engine chamber pressure looks good. And we have good indication of payload fairing jettison. Now 6 minutes, 20 seconds into flight. And with the boost phase of flight complete, Parker Solar Probe will now continue its journey to the Sun. And it's 6 minutes, 50 seconds into flight. RL-10 chamber pressure looks good. Seeing good responses on the upper stage RCS system. And after a brief review of booster performance, seeing very close to nominal performance on the booster. And this first burn of the second stage will last approximately 4 minutes 42 seconds. Now 7 minutes 30 seconds into flight. About 3 minutes remaining in the first burn. And at 8 minutes 30 seconds into flight, RL-10 chamber pressure continues to look good. Seeing very stable values on the upper stage LOX and LH2 tanks. ACS storage bottle pressure looks good. And vehicle body rates are very smooth. Now 9 minutes into flight. At 9 minutes 40 seconds into flight. Just under 1 minute remaining now in the first burn of the second stage. Second stage continuing to perform nominally. RL-10 engine performing well. Tank pressures look good. Vehicle body rates remain smooth. 10 minutes into flight. And about 30 seconds remaining in the first burn. And standing by for MECO 1 momentarily. And we have MECO. Body rate smoothing out nicely. And now seeing upper stage ACS firings as expected. Now 11 minutes into flight. And this will be approximately a 13-minute coast duration prior to MES 2.
From the Mission Director Center, I'm joined once again by Alyssa Macbeth of United Launch Alliance. For those of you that are watching, we had an on-time liftoff today of the Delta IV Heavy rocket. And Alyssa, can you tell me how the launch went?
Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful launch. Just the sound and everything. Oh, it was great. It's looking good so far too. We saw good separation of the boosters from the main core and the booster from the second stage. Just experienced MECO 1. There's going to be 2 burns of the second stage, so that's coming up. The second burn, second engine start. And then in just approximately 45 minutes, we'll see payload separation. So everything's looking good so far.
Great. And can you tell me a little bit about your experience working with ULA and what it's like to work in a mission like this again?
Yeah. So I get to work with the the innards of the rocket, the electronics, the avionics boxes, ordnance, pyrotechnics, all that kind of stuff. So working on a mission like this is something really special. To be able to get your hands on a vehicle like this and do something